like this one. This is something that they use in casinos, and we're going to use it in a slightly strange way. We'll come to that in just a second. First, we need a card selected, and this truly can be any card whatsoever. Let's say they go for this one right here, the 2 of diamonds, and we will place the 2 of diamonds somewhere randomly into the center. You can even give the deck a little bit of a shuffle, just so it really is random. Now we're going to take the cut card and we're going to place it randomly in the pack, and the spectator can even do this themselves. At any point, they stab the deck just like so, completely random. Now watch. You see, if I spread through, you can see the cut card right here, and I'll show you there's no other cut cards, nothing fishy like that. Now watch, the card directly next to it can get rid of the rest of the deck. They could have stabbed in at any point, and it is somehow the 2 of diamonds. Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another tutorial video. And this right here is the brand new CVN Strikers deck that I announced recently. It is a borderless casino design, a modern twist on a familiar feel, and it is something that is launching on Kickstarter on October the 1st. In just a few days, this launches on Kickstarter. Be there at midnight, or whenever, you don't have to be there at midnight. But if you like the look of this deck, then please do hit the link in the description if you're watching after October the 1st and support this on Kickstarter so that it can happen. There are also 2 other colorways, and stay tuned for the end of this video where I'm going to be revealing the 3rd colorway. Okay, without further ado, let's learn this trick then, because it uses something that is included in the deck, which is a classic casino cut card. They use this to put in a random part of the deck so that the dealer knows when to shuffle. And it is something that I've always wanted to include in a pack of cards, because although that is the primary use or the ordinary use, these things have so many magical uses that I really want to dive into, and this is one of those tricks. It's such a simple effect. You stab the deck, or a spectator stabs the deck exactly at the chosen card. From a shuffled pack, it's just such a simple yet beautiful effect, and I cannot wait to teach you. Also, it's super easy, it requires no setup whatsoever, so yeah, let's dive into it and learn how to do the cut card trick. To begin this, I always like to ask the spectator to shuffle the pack just so that it's random from the get-go, and then I introduce the cut card, and I briefly explain what a cut card is, because some spectators might not know that this is used in casinos. You can give it to a spectator, they can be holding onto that, you don't need it just yet, and then you can use another spectator just to sort of include everyone, and they can choose any card whatsoever. And this really is a free choice, they pick any card. Now, you can use any control you want. In the intro, I just used the very, very simple but very, very effective control, not sure what it's called, but it controls it to the top, just like this. So in this case, the Queen of Clubs is controlled to the top, but you can use absolutely any control. If you don't know a control, here is a super easy one you can use. Any card is touched. Let's say this one, the Queen of Hearts. I turn the Queen of Hearts face down on the lower packet, and I place the upper packet on top. And it looks like it's just been lost into the pack, but actually, I'm keeping a pinky break right at the back just here, and I can transfer that to a thumb break as I hold the pack just like this in a sort of end grip or over grip or biddle grip. There's loads of names for this sort of thing. You can cover it with this hand as well. And now I'm going to do a swing cut, and you'll notice when I do the first swing cut, it's above that break. I can even do a couple above that break if I want to. Then when I want to cut at the break, I come from the back and do one of these and cut the pack just like so, and the Queen of Hearts is on top. So at full speed, it looks like this. Any card is selected, the Ace of Hearts in this case. I lose the Ace of Hearts somewhere into the center as I'm talking, as I'm explaining what the trick is. Then I do a swing cut, then I do one of these, then I do one of these, and the Ace of Hearts is on top. Let's continue to use the Ace of Hearts as the selected card. That is now on top of the deck. It's under my control, it's right on top, I know where it is. If I want to do a shuffle, I can. All I need to make sure is that I'm doing a retention shuffle. Again, super easy, I keep the fingers here. As I shuffle, I sort of peel that card onto the lower half just like this, and I can do that as many times as I want. Once all that's done, I invite the spectator with the cut card to hold it just like so. And what I can do is I can riffle and invite them to stab the deck wherever, but because I'm on my own, I'm gonna sort of adapt that and just sort of riffle with one thumb while I hold the other end of the pack, so I'm kind of doing both jobs. But just know the spectator can place it in wherever. You know, you can spread the pack and invite them to shove it in, you can do a dribble, you can do one of these, it really doesn't matter. But so long as that card ends up randomly in the center, just like this, it really doesn't matter. At this point, I square it in, and I'm now going to prove where the cut card is and that there's no other cut cards or anything like that. I'm gonna do it in the fairest way possible. And this is where the secret happens, because just before I do that, I take the top card into this hand, I spread on top, just like so. The rest of the cards are riding on top of it. Then I reach the cut card, and I'm going to place this ace into the spread, either underneath or on top of the cut card. It really doesn't matter. Personally, I go for on top. It's just easier, and I think it just has a better effect. I don't know why, it's entirely personal preference. I continue to spread through. I say, look, there's no other cut cards either side. This is where you stab the deck. And at this point, I can get rid of the other cards. I can just chuck them aside, put them on the table, whatever. That's essentially it. You end up with the cut card next to their selection. Now, when I've taught this to magicians in the past, one of the main worries they've had is about that first move, is about taking this card and spreading the other cards on top. Let me just tell you from experience, having done this move hundreds of times in front of spectators, no one ever sees that. No one ever catches it. It is such a small moment, and if you don't feel guilty about it, the audience aren't going to care. That is the #1 rule. As soon as you start to be really suspicious about it and do it too quickly, you're running before you're being chased, that's when they're going to go, something fishy happened there. But if you really hate that moment, there is a way around it, and that is by controlling this card not to the top of the deck, but third from top of the deck. So I'm going to put, or fourth, sorry, I'm going to put 3 cards on top of the ace of hearts. This can be done in the false shuffle. You take the ace of hearts, you place it on top, you do your false shuffle like you did before, except this time you are going to shuffle until you have just 3 cards left and place those right on top. So now if I square everything up and spread, I can show you that I have 3 cards and then the ace of hearts. So you can just do it in the act of the shuffle. Now what I'm going to do, instead of doing that awkward top card spread thing, I'm going to spread these 3 cards. I can count them as I spread them, just sort of very, very quickly to myself. I can feel 3 cards, and without looking, I know that this is the ace of hearts, and I can cull just like so. Alright, so there we have it for this tutorial video. I really hope you enjoyed learning this trick. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. They stab the deck, it's next to their card. It really doesn't get more direct than that, and although it's a simple effect, it's definitely one that's very close to my heart. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel. And if you like the look of the CVN strikers, then make sure to hit the link in the description and check them out on Kickstarter. And if this is kind of your vibe of a deck, then make sure to pledge to the project so that it can become a reality. Now, I've got one last thing to show you. I promised earlier in the video I would show you the final colorway of the strikers, and I will. I am very happy to show you the Intergalactic Edition. This right here, this right here is the Intergalactic Edition, a yellow and black colorway of the strikers. I've got to crack these open. How insane does this look? Of course, if you want the full CVN Striker series, that will be available as a 3-deck box set, but this is kind of going to be a limited edition version. Once these are gone, these are truly gone. So yeah, that is it for this video. It really is it. I hope you like the look of the strikers. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.